hear the Pledge of Allegiance, when you hear the Star-Spangled Banner or God Bless America, what goes through you personally?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it goes back to the way I was raised and the values that I learned in that little community of Paint Creek. My father was a B-17 tail gunner in 1944 and flew 35 missions. Her dad was a P-38 pilot in the Pacific and flew, I can't tell you how many hundreds of missions. And the love of America was instilled in us by our parents. Going off, well, at Paint Creek, my school board president was also my Sunday school superintendent, and he was also my scoutmaster. There was a lot of multitasking that went on in that little community. You know, my football coach was my track coach and my basketball coach and my civics teacher and the principal of the high school and drove the school bus. But he was also a Marine. And so the loving America, loving the values of this country were instilled in us at home and at school and at church and at Boy Scouts. And then when I went off to Texas A&M and volunteered to fly in the Air Force, I had the opportunity to live all over the world. And I never really left Texas, but maybe a handful of times my whole life. I had truly lived in a little bubble. And I didn't really know how other people lived. I didn't know how other governments treated their people until I lived in Saudi Arabia, until I lived in Iran, until I lived in all of these European countries and saw, you know, monarchies and theocracies and different types of dictatorships. And at that particular point in time, as a young 25, 26-year-old young man, it became so clear to me what an incredible country we live in and the freedoms and what those people had taught me was so powerful. So when that flag goes up at a ball game, when we sing the words, they're really special. They're a powerful thing. When I'm standing on that stage, getting ready to debate, I'm standing at attention. And I'm standing with my hand over my heart to reflect my belief in what a great and incredible country we live in. Those symbols of this country should never, ever be used in any other way than to hold up America for the great freedoms and the hope for this world that it reflects.